Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this video, I'm not sure if this will ever see the light of day. I've contemplated for several weeks on whether I should make this video or not, but I do know that there are some people who are subscribed to me on YouTube that may not follow me on Instagram, or some people who are curious about Lolita Fashion but they're not quite that familiar with it, and I would hate to have any of you end up spending a lot of money on something that's maybe worth only a few dollars. So I'm not sure how this video will go. It'll probably be all over the place. I may give a more detailed breakdown on my website, which I don't update very often, but in this situation I'm contemplating making like a comparison chart or a comparison table between different services so that you can kind of get a better idea of what I'm talking about. And I might forget to mention something in this video, or maybe you prefer to read something rather than listen to me rant and ramble for several minutes. So if I do make a blog post on my website, I'll link it down below. And if this video happens to make it on my channel, I am going to understand if you may not agree with my opinions. However, I think that this is something that needs to be said, and I'm not seeing many other Lolitas or those with larger followings warning others about this. And I think it's a little bit frustrating as well, because a lot of people are very quick to kind of hate on Devil Inspired. I'm not affiliated, I'm not sponsored, I don't know anyone in Devil Inspired or works for Devil Inspired, so please don't come for me. You're not paying me anything. I wish I was being paid for anything, but I'm not sponsored or affiliated with Devil Inspired at all. I just noticed that a lot of more prominent Lolitas are very quick to hate on Devil Inspired, but they choose to ignore this other shopping service. Now, I'm probably going to get a lot of angry people about this, and I'll understand if you don't agree, and I'll also understand if you get angry or upset with me for calling somebody out. I'm not trying to create like a witch hunt or anything. This person can do whatever they want with their business. However, if you have money and you're paying for scalping prices or scalped prices, so if you're overpaying for Taobao items, but you suddenly cannot afford brand or indie brand items, I think you need to reevaluate where your money is going. It's not my money, I understand, but if you're on a tighter budget, or if you're newer to Lolita Fashion and you're younger, maybe working part-time somewhere, and you don't have a huge disposable income, I do not recommend that you spend your hard-earned money on sweet candy Lolita. As I mentioned, I'm not trying to create a witch hunt, so please don't send this person any heat. I just want you all to be better informed on where you're spending your money.
I'm also a little bit terrified that this person could very well dox me or even reveal personal details, since I have used this shopping service as well, and I'm not trying to start a fight or a war with this person. I just don't want anybody to suddenly realize that they can't afford even groceries, all because they pay double or 3 times or even quadruple the times the price of the item. I'm not sure why this person is charging such high fees. It's actually the highest shopping service fee I've seen yet, and I'm not trying to get myself into any trouble with them. I just want to help educate the community.
A lot of the prices that I'm talking about in the video, it's all off of memory, so it's not the most accurate. I did write down the prices on the screen though, so if you're just listening and not watching the video, you can double check the timestamps where I'll list the actual prices that I paid. Now, I've personally used them before. They had posted a dress that I was interested in, and I purchased the JSK and a headbow from them, and the cost plus shipping came out to $280 Canadian for a Taobao brand with just a JSK and a headbow. 280 Canadian. I've paid 280 Canadian for Angelic Pretty JSKs, for Metamorphose JSKs. I've bought many Baby the Star Shine Bright pieces for less than 280 Canadian. This Cutso I'm wearing is way less than 280 Canadian. This JSK, unfortunately, is not for 280 Canadian. I wish it was, but you can buy a lot of things for 280 Canadian, which translates to about 200 some US dollars. I think maybe like 213, I want to say. I'm not the greatest at mental math, so bear with me a moment here. So 280 Canadian comes out to about 210 US dollars, which was the price that I paid to buy a JSK and a head bow from SCL. Now, here's the fun part. I decided I was going to also buy this JSK and KC, or head bow, through Spreenow and also Bhiner in 2 different colorways. So the one that I ordered from SCL arrived the quickest. However, I also had to pay $45 Canadian in customs. So the cost of that JSK and head bow in total, plus shipping, plus the customs fees, ended up to being over 300 Canadian dollars. At 300 Canadian dollars, I could have probably purchased something on Lace Market, new with tags, or a less popular print from AP or Meta. I could have purchased from Indie Brand for 300 and some dollars Canadian. There are a lot of other things I could have spent that money on. But I also knew I wanted this dress in other colorways. So I purchased a full set from Bhiner, or through Bhiner. So Bhiner, if you're not aware, is a shopping service for Taobao. And you basically copy the Taobao URL from your browser, paste it in Bhiner's website, and then Bhiner will be like, will show you a page, and it'll be kind of a mix of English and Chinese depending on Google Chrome. So if you're using Google Chrome, it usually shows you the English and Chinese version of that page. And you can select your size, your color preference. You can even add comments. And one thing I do like about Bhiner is you can request a quote without committing to buying anything. So I decided I would go for a full set in a different colorway, which included a JSK, a blouse, a head bow, and I think wrist cuffs as well, and maybe something else. But I knew it came with a blouse, a JSK, a head bow, and wrist cuffs plus something else, I believe. And that totaled to 210 Canadian dollars. A full set somehow cost less than a JSK and a head bow. Somehow. And then with the shipping even, it was still less than what I paid through SCL. I was very frustrated. I was very annoyed at myself for being an idiot, not really taking time to find the Taobao shop before purchasing from this person and ordering it on my own or ordering it through a different shopping service. So again, I'm just going to stress that. $210 for 4 or 5 items Canadian, plus shipping, which ended up being at about 40 Canadian dollars, so $250, versus over $300 for the same dress in a different color, plus a head bow only. And then I ordered this again in a different colorway through Spreenow, but this time to keep the comparison a little bit closer, I chose a JSK and a KC only, so I didn't order a full set again. So just the JSK and the KC plus the shipping that I paid through Spreenow, and then Spreenow has a 10% service fee charge. So in total, that one I haven't tallied up yet, but I'll put the cost here and break it down for how much I paid through Spreenow, which again was less than what I paid through SCL. And please don't send this person hate. I think they're just trying to run a business and make a profit in some way that they can. You're paying quite a bit though for convenience, and if you're gonna pay that much for convenience, you might as well use Devil Inspired, or you might as well use my Lolita dress, or even go for Copa Online, or go for Lolita wardrobe. There's a lot of other options to choose from where you're not being charged even more than usual or being charged several times the actual cost of the item. The only thing is, and I do understand the reason for this, there's a lot of hate for Devil Inspired because they do mark up their prices as well. All shopping services that have their own website, dedicated website with actual items that they're selling, so you don't have to copy and paste the Taobao link. So that would be Devil Inspired, Lolita Wardrobe, My Lolita Dress, Club Online. Those are the 4 that I know of. I'm gonna guess there's more, but these are the 4 that I know of and I've used personally. They will have a little bit of a markup compared to what you would pay if you purchased through Taobao. However, you are paying essentially for convenience. There's a lot of items that will be on one website. So for example, you can buy a JSK on Devil Inspired and it'll be 5-10 times the price of what it is on Taobao. And then if you order it through, say, Club Online or Lolita Wardrobe, it'll maybe be 1.5 times the price or 2 times the price. So if you're looking to save maybe as much money as possible, trying to find a Taobao shop and trying to order it yourself either through Bhiner or Spreenow 42 agent, or even ordering directly from Taobao would probably be a better option. I've tried ordering from Taobao directly myself. I fortunately had no issues, but just so you're aware, if you weren't aware before, I can't really read much Chinese, or I can't really read Chinese characters. I went to Chinese classes for about 3 years, but that was several years ago and I can't really remember very much of it. However, I am fortunate enough to know a lot of people who can read and speak Chinese in my friend circle. So if I ever did run into any issues, I could have tried and asked them for help. Luckily, that didn't have to happen though. My order came in very quickly. Google Translate was enough to get me through, and I didn't have to pay customs on anything. And the entire process was a lot simpler than I thought it would be, but very time consuming the first time around. If you're thinking about purchasing directly from Taobao, I'll link one of the guides I use down below, and I'll also link a video that I kind of used and followed along with here in the cards and also in the description bar. You might find more helpful resources than that, but I found that was basically enough to get me through and get my order safely to me. However, I will not recommend that if you're very new to Taobao. If it's your first time trying to navigate around Taobao in general, I wouldn't recommend trying to order on your own unless you can read and speak Chinese, which in that case you should have no problems really ordering directly from Taobao. But if you don't speak or read Chinese in any way, shape, or form, then a shopping service is probably your safer option. However, not all shopping services are created equally. And take this, again, with a grain of salt. Maybe others have had better experiences with the shopping service. I'm hesitant to say that's the case though, because I do know others who have also overpaid for Taobao items from this seller. And I also know others who ended up getting charged even more after they already ordered, just because it weighed more somehow. I don't know if air weighed more or what, but there's a lot of issues and not a lot of people are willing to speak up about it. I see a lot of prominent Lolitas following and kind of supporting this account. I can't say they're purchasing from this account, but I do know there are a lot of newer Lolitas or those who are new to Taobao that are purchasing from them. And again, you can do what you want with your money, but if you are on a very tight budget, I really would not recommend spending your hard-earned money on overpriced Taobao goods just because it's a little bit more convenient. Because you're being overcharged and you're overpaying for Taobao goods that are literally $6 socks that I saw that were being sold. They're worth $6 on Taobao and they were charging $26 US for a pair of socks, not including shipping. That makes no sense to me. Why are you paying $26 US for socks from Taobao when they're literally like $6. And if you're gonna pay 26 US dollars for Taobao socks, you can buy brand socks from AP, Baby, Meta, Innocent World for just a few more dollars extra. Just saying, but you can do what you want with your money. If you've used the shopping service that I'm not going to say the full name of anymore, I just keep shortening it to SCL. If you have used SCL before and have had similar experiences, please leave a comment down below. Help out any fellow Lolitas or anybody who's new to Taobao or Lolita Fashion in general. Let them know that they have other options. And there goes my dog. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a good day. Bye.